Hi guys, welcome to Books to Billionaires. Let's learn one powerful lesson that can change your life today. We're going to unpack some incredibly powerful, time-tested principles of human relations. And honestly, these are lessons that can literally change the trajectory of your life. We're going to treat these concepts like a high-stakes cinematic journey where you are the main character. If you've ever wanted to level up your social intelligence, completely command a room, or just drastically improve your leadership skills, this right here is your ultimate guide. So let's dive right in.
Okay, I want you to picture this extreme scenario. You are the famous World War II test pilot Bob Hoover. You're flying this vintage propeller plane high above the ground, 3 passengers in the back, when suddenly, boom, both of your engines completely cut out midair. Through sheer will and absolutely masterful flying, you pull off a miraculous emergency landing. Everyone survives, but the plane, it's utterly destroyed. And the cause of all this? A mechanic back at the airport accidentally filled your World War II propeller plane with jet fuel. It was a completely avoidable, nearly fatal mistake.
Section 1. The Secret to Influence. Mastering People. Now, think about your own life for a second. How often do you face really frustrating incompetence? Your first instinct is probably to just explode, right? Let's track the timeline here. Hoover is marching across the tarmac right now. The young mechanic who made the error is just standing there, literally weeping. I mean, he knows he just destroyed an incredibly expensive aircraft and almost killed 4 people. The emotional weight in the air is suffocating. Everyone watching is bracing for Hoover to just unleash a furious explosion of anger.
But Hoover, he doesn't yell. Instead, he walks up to the weeping mechanic and tells him that, to demonstrate his absolute faith that he has learned his lesson, he wants this exact same mechanic to service his plane the very next day. It's a massive twist, and it reveals something profound about human nature. People are not driven by reason. We are driven by emotion and pride. Hoover knew that completely destroying this young man's ego wouldn't actually fix a single thing. And this brilliantly illustrates what the famous psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered decades ago. Whether you're talking about animals or people, those who are rewarded for good behavior learn so much more effectively than those who are punished for bad behavior. So here's your first golden rule. If you want to truly win people over, you have to completely eliminate criticism, condemnation, and complaining from your arsenal. Seriously, any weak person can criticize. It takes true character to forgive and uplift somebody.
Section 2. Make anyone like you. Lowering barriers. Okay, so we all deal with the daily struggle of social friction. But what if there was a way to instantly make anyone like you? I want to introduce you to William B. Steinhardt. He was a Wall Street stockbroker, and for years he was known as a notorious, totally unapproachable grouch. But he decided to try a really simple experiment. Fast forward a bit, and he transforms into a richer, significantly happier man who handles complaints effortlessly. How did he do it? With one incredibly simple, almost overlooked weapon. He started a rapid-fire daily routine. Step 1, a quick morning pep talk in the mirror. Step 2, greeting his wife with a genuine warm smile. Step 3, actually smiling at the subway cashier on his commute. Step 4, smiling at the brutal traders and colleagues in his office. This simple, visual message of goodwill completely disarmed people. They started smiling back. Within 2 months, he felt more happiness than in his entire previous year, and his business revenue shot up simply because he was finally approachable. So let's stack these lessons like an arsenal you can start using today to lower people's defensive barriers. First, smile. It broadcasts instant goodwill. Second, remember their name. To any person, their own name is literally the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Seriously, use it. And third, be a genuinely interested listener. Let them talk about themselves. When you take a genuine interest in others, it makes them feel undeniably important, and they will naturally be drawn to you.
Section 3. Win without arguing. Diffusing conflict.
But what happens when things actually go wrong? We all have this natural defensive instinct to fight fire with fire when we're caught in the wrong. Imagine you're out walking your dog Rex in a nearby forest. Rex loves to run, so you take him off the leash and take off his muzzle. Now, this is strictly illegal. Suddenly, you're caught red-handed by a stern police officer. He lets you off with a warning that time. But a few weeks later, you do it again. Rex is running free, and boom, you run right into the exact same strict police officer. The tension is massive. How in the world do you survive this without getting a huge fine?
Well, you really have 2 options here.
The disastrous instinct is to defend your actions, right? Making excuses like, oh, but there was no one around, he's such a good dog. But the brilliant tactical move? You beat the officer to the punch. Before the cop can even open his mouth, you enthusiastically and aggressively admit that you are 100% wrong. You criticize yourself louder and harsher than he ever could.
And here is the absolute psychological masterstroke behind this tactic. By enthusiastically admitting your guilt right out of the gate, you completely strip away their need to assert dominance. The officer was walking up looking to feel important by reprimanding you. But by handing him the victory immediately, the only way he can still elevate his ego and feel important is by showing you mercy. And that's exactly what happened in the story. The officer actually ended up defending the dog and letting them walk away.
Section 4. Dramatize your ideas. Capturing attention.
Let's shift our narrative over to the modern professional battlefield. Picture a crowded conference room. A young intern has to fight for the scarce attention of some very bored, very busy managers. Now, this intern didn't just stand up and read bullet points about boring Excel tasks. No way. He started his presentation by throwing this massive number up for everyone to see: $13,000. He told this room full of executives that his unpaid internship had just saved the company $13,000 in what would have been paid salaries. Immediately, every single manager in that room sat up, leaned in, and gave him their absolute undivided attention.
And this perfectly illustrates our next rule. The truth simply isn't enough. Merely stating facts is a losing strategy in today's super noisy world. You have to make your ideas vivid, interesting, and dramatically visual. You need to physically represent the stakes and appeal directly to what the other person desires, which in this case was saving money. You have to turn your boring data into a compelling visual narrative.
Section 5. Change behavior through praise. All right, finally, we reach the ultimate boss battle of human relations. How do you transform a lazy, unmotivated colleague who drags the whole team down without causing a ton of resentment? Let's follow the cinematic evolution of a coworker in India. On day 1, his reputation is just terrible. Known for being lazy, always replying late, everyone complains about him. But instead of criticizing him like everyone else, a new manager tries something radical. Around week 4, the manager starts giving him specific, genuine praise for the tiniest little wins. Things like, hey, great job getting that email out an hour faster. By week 7, the transformation is complete. He's proactive, fast, highly communicative, and even sending Facebook friend requests to the team.
The principle here is absolute gold. Praise every slightest improvement to inspire the other person to keep on improving. When you treat a positive trait as if it already exists, you give that person a fine reputation to live up to. It essentially forces them to rise to the occasion so they can protect that new, respected status you've just handed to them.
So the core message we've been building up to today is this. People crave importance the exact same way they crave food. Recognizing the humanity and the ego in others is the ultimate key to unlocking their potential, and by extension yours. Giving them a little bit of genuine praise doesn't make them lazy or complacent, it makes them starving for more. It transforms enemies into allies and failing colleagues into absolute star performers.
Just look at the powerful arsenal we've built up today. Avoiding criticism, smiling, remembering names, admitting faults enthusiastically, dramatizing your ideas, and praising every single improvement. So I have to ask, which of these tools are you going to use today to completely change the trajectory of your life? Thanks for watching Books to Billionaires. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more powerful book insights and life-changing lessons. You'll find all the book links in the description below. Now get out there and master your human relations.